Okay, this is replay that I'm gonna be doing. Just a commentated replay. So I'm actually taking a ship that I haven't really taken out very much lately. That'd be the Tirpitz. The main reason for this is because I generally dislike BB gameplay. I think it's really static. I think there is it's a little bit too much RNG involved sometimes. And I also like playing mind games with vision control. Just be like, enemy doesn't know where I am. I can, make a really cool play because, they don't know where I am, but in a BB you're basically always spotted. So it kind of eliminates that kind of excitement for me, which is a big part of why I like to play DDs and cruisers, stealthy cruisers. Also, battleships don't really rely too much on dodge mechanics, and I think that's probably one of my strongest strengths in the game is my ability to dodge shells and kite away. And BBs don't really do that too much. They kind of just angle and take shells. You don't really dodge unless you're at extreme range. But I am very low on credits. And I didn't feel like taking out my Mikhail Kutyazov because, it's completely broken. I find smoke cruisers even more boring to play. This is my only other premium that really makes money, so I decided, well, why not, might as well. First shot against the Rune was very heavily speculative. I thought maybe he'd be that one potato that doesn't turn out and just drives in a straight line. Nope, he sees my shells, he is gone. Those are never going to hit. Not in a million years. I'm like, okay, whatever. Standard battle, I see two BBs going over to the left. And it looks like they're trying to push in, and I think I want to counter that. These next two salvos are going to show you Tirpitz dispersion at its absolute worst. Excuse me? Okay, whatever. It's okay, we can try again. Don't get a shot against the cruiser. Always shoot the cruiser if you can. This time I'm not even getting greedy. I'm not even aiming low for a Citadel shot. I'm just aiming for like a mid lower belt penetration. So aiming a little bit higher this time, and it's just like, okay, what? Like the first half of my salvo splashed in front, the second half splashed behind. It's like, cool. I love the Tirpitz. See, this is why I don't really like BBs that much. Third salvo, I'm gonna aim exactly the same place. And those ones hit, and I do 15,000 damage. See, that's what I don't really like about BB gameplay. You can take the exact same shot, and whether or not RNG, decides to favor you at that specific time, you could do 0 damage, or you could do 15,000 damage, or, anything in between. I'm getting a little greedy. I'm aiming low for the Citadel shot at the Fuso. Unfortunately, no Citadel. One of those looked like it was going to be Citadel, but it didn't. And because I know there's 3 DDs on the prowl, I'm going to slowly turn away from this corner since, we don't really have spotting up ahead or anything of the sort. Since I know I can overmatch, just take a shot, finish him off, whatnot. Finish him off with my fire. And it looks like my hunch was right. There is a DD ahead of me. Very glad I didn't decide to push in, or else I'll probably eat like a torp or two. It's never fun. Okay, looks like the Atago is doing a full turnout, but it's actually stopped turning out, so I'll take the shot right here. Looks like he's slowing down, so I shoot one ahead, and then the rest I count for his drop in speed. He turns out as well. So unfortunately I only get 1 pen and 1 overpen.
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes, direct front.
Even though I've control clicked this... Okay, there we go. Now my secondaries are opening up on him. It's great. I want to take a shot at him, but unfortunately he disappears. Oops, I accidentally shoot. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I accidentally shoot one of my guns. That's kind of unfortunate.
Torpedoes, direct front. Torpedoes to starboard.
Not going to shoot the Atago because I have a feeling he's going to run on the island soon. Or he's going to have to turn out from the island. Shoot at the Harakaze, 3 overpens, pretty standard fare. Nothing I really expected or didn't expect. With this shot, I recognize he's slowing down, so, you know, yeah, get another overpen. Just helps with trying to finish him off and everything, and he's totally toast. Now my attention goes back to the Atago, who I think is finally beached. Or is attempting to back up from it. Yeah, shoot him right about there. It seems about right. And I get a Citadel underwater shot right to his rear mag. Totally Citadel. And right now I am looking at the map and I'm going, oh crap, let's take a look. They have 2 DDs left. Okay, one of them is right in front of me. But the Farragut was last spotted at F8, which means he is like dangerously close to our... Okay, nah, Tirpitz Dispersion. At it again. Anyways, he is dangerously close to our base, and our last remaining ally just died over there. So that means somebody has to make a run back to base, or else, you know, they're just going to cap us out. And, you know, we do have 2 battleships headed vaguely that direction, but I honestly don't trust their map instincts enough to convince me that they're fully committed to going back to base and they realize actually what's going on. So I'm gonna do it. What I want to do is probably get a couple of pot shots off these battleships to soften them up for the teams pushing to their base, and then head right back to our base to reset however many guys are going back there. I know I can overmatch them in Mexico, fire off a salvo. Also, another reason I don't really like the Tirpitz very much is that it's just super brain dead. It's my opinion that a lot of the BBs in this game are just, or BBs in general, feel kind of brain dead to me. I guess the one thing that separates good from bad BBs is like aiming mechanics and, you know, knowing when to go in and knowing when to not. But a lot of it feels it just doesn't really. I don't know. You can do really well in a BB without kind of lacking that extra touch that you need to do well in a cruiser or a... Oh, well that is really unfortunate for the mass. In a cruiser or a destroyer. That's just my opinion though. Take one last parting salvo. I'm not a huge fan of this Nagato's pathing. Because... yeah, he's getting burned down, he's taking a lot of fire, but he should be headed straight, like, directly toward the center of cap, not skirting around the edges. He needs to actually, like, get in there and stop the cap from moving before he dies. And he's also going broadside to an enemy BB in smoke. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think by process of elimination, it is... it's their Bismarck. So he needs to be, like, bow in and going, actually just physically going in there, and stopping the cap rather than, you know, attempting to shoot at the things inside the cap, because he is taking a lot of damage. Again, there's something else other than the BB and the DD. It's a cruiser. Again, process of elimination. It's a New Orleans. So he's been giving a broadside to the New Orleans, and it's been eating him apart. He should have just charged in there, even though he probably would have died as well. Might have been able to actually get in the cap and stop them from capping, or I don't know, something else. So it is 110% up to me at this point to stop the cap. They're all in a USN smoke. I can't see them. It's looking pretty hopeless. I'm waiting for one of them to fire at me. I'm really, really hoping that they're dumb. And one of them, because I am plane spotted, one of them actually fire, and he does, right there, right there. And I look in the general direction. I go about 9 kilometers. That's where I think he is. That's middle of smoke. Right as they're about to get the last tick. Boom, one overpen, reset. Hallelujah. We are not dead. And of course the Nagato just ran away like a wussy. I don't know what he was doing. And I'm in cap. The smoke is wearing out. Okay, first things first. Target the New Orleans. Dev strike, he's dead. I only eat one torp, thank God for that, because this torp's just run out. Focus my secondaries on the Farragut.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm going to soften up this Bismarck because I know I can go in for a torpedo strike, but I want him to be a little bit softer, so I know I can kill him. For my back guns, focus him on the Farragut. He's beached, panicking, all that jazz. There's salvo. Boom. Just about dead. 4 for 4 hits. Let my secondaries finish the job. My div mate definitely earned that kill. Soften up the Bismarck just a little bit more because I can do so for free. And now I give him the business end of my torpedoes.
The ship is on fire.
And there you go.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
That was pulling a game back from the brink of defeat. And the reason I was able to do that is mostly because of map awareness. I saw that our flank on the 8-9 line, or going through those islands, had completely collapsed, and I also knew that there was a DD there, and battleship and a cruiser. I also saw that they probably weren't going to head back to defend their base because it had already been a while. We were already in their base, and there was no sign of them. That means that they could only be up to one thing, which would be capping our base. And since nobody else was, coming back to our base, I recognized early I was going to have to go there at maximum speed. And so that's what allowed me to save the game.